medical mystery story time. So I'm uploading this one again because I don't know what happened to my original video, but it got a lot of interest, so buckle up. So my mum has been in hospital now for just over 2 weeks, but she's been going in and out of hospital for, I would say, about 4 years, and she keeps complaining of the same symptom and they don't know what it is. So it would be like burning in the stomach, bloated, reflux, and I would say things to her like, what have you eaten? Like, you know, and she'd be like, oh, reheated KFC. And I'm like, well, you know, that would make you feel sick. And then it just kept getting worse. Like, she'd feel like she'd want to vomit, and she'd feel really dizzy, then she'd get vertigo, then she'd have a pain in her back. But so there were so many different things that was happening. So every time she had these cycles of symptoms, she would get so bad that she'd have to call the ambulance to go to the hospital, because the hospital's about an hour away. And I was just like, Mom, like, what is it? Like, what are they saying? And then every time she goes into the hospital, they scan her liver, and the liver is covered in something, and they're like, oh, you know, it could be cholesterol or fatty liver or something that alcoholics would have. So like, how much is your mum drinking? And I'm like, she doesn't drink. She'll have like half a glass of champagne at Christmas. And they're like, it's indicative of someone who's an alcoholic. And I'm like, she's not an alcoholic. And so they would always say the same thing every time, like, you know, your mum needs to stop drinking. I'm like, my mum doesn't drink. Anyways, so they keep going on different theories of what it could be. That they even took her gallbladder out the other year. So she's got a different diet now. She's pretty healthy. And anyway, so she's back in hospital again. And she had this new young doctor at this private hospital saying, just something's not right. Like, I want to do MRIs. I want to keep getting scans done. She was doing bloods every day. And she's like, I don't know what, you know, he's thinking that it is. Anyways, so she had a biopsy the other day of whatever was surrounding the liver. What they found, it was not actually fat or cholesterol buildup or cirrhosis or whatever they were saying. He actually found layers and layers and layers of eggs that are found from a rare parasite that has been living in her body since she lived in Africa for over a decade, which is where I was born and where we migrated to Australia 36 years ago. So she has been living with this parasite called Bilharzia in her body that has been giving her all of these issues for almost 40 years. I don't even know where to begin on like how shocking it is for all of us, because my sister has a higher chance of having this worm. I could possibly have it. I went to the doctors yesterday, and it turns out that he was a parasitic specialist as well, randomly working at our local suburban doctor. Anyways, part 2.